When it comes to incarceration, not all prisons are created equal. Some are notorious for their high security, brutal conditions, and the violent criminals that reside within them. These prisons are often home to the world's most dangerous criminals, from cartel leaders to infamous terrorists. In today's video, we will take a closer look at the 10 most dangerous prisons in the world, where escape is almost impossible and the consequences of breaking the rules can be deadly. 1. ADX Florence, United States. Located in Colorado, ADX Florence, often referred to as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, is considered the most secure federal prison in the United States. It houses the most dangerous criminals, including terrorists, spies, and serial killers. The facility is designed to prevent escape by placing inmates in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day, with only 1 hour of outdoor exercise in an enclosed cage. The prison's design is a fortress in itself. It features a series of walls, electrified fences, and motion detectors. Inmates are under constant surveillance, with guards using high-tech equipment to monitor every movement. The harsh conditions and isolation lead many inmates to suffer from severe mental health issues, but the prison's security is unparalleled, making escape virtually impossible. 2. Rikers Island, United States. Rikers Island is one of the largest and most notorious correctional facilities in the world, located in New York City. The prison has a reputation for being extremely violent, with gang activity and abuse of both inmates and staff being common occurrences. With its overcrowding and notorious lack of resources, Rikers has become infamous for its brutal treatment of prisoners. The prison's reputation for violence stems from its overcrowded conditions, where inmates are often left to fend for themselves. Gang violence is rampant, and the use of physical force by corrections officers is common. Inmates report facing severe abuse from guards, and suicides and violent altercations are frequent. Despite efforts at reform, Rikers Island remains one of the most dangerous jails in the U.S. 3. Sante Prison, France. Sante Prison, located in Paris, France, has been the subject of numerous reports regarding its overcrowded conditions and high levels of violence. Established in 1867, this prison was designed to house a wide range of criminals, but is now notorious for its lack of control over the inmate population. It holds dangerous criminals, many of whom have committed heinous crimes. Sante has a long history of riots, escapes, and violent conflicts between prisoners. The facility's overcrowding is a major problem, leading to inadequate living conditions for inmates. Violent clashes between rival gang members and dangerous criminals are a regular occurrence. Despite renovations over the years, the prison continues to suffer from security and management issues, making it a dangerous place for both inmates and staff. 4. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. Black Dolphin Prison, located in the Urals, is one of Russia's most notorious and secure correctional facilities. It holds some of the country's most dangerous and violent criminals, including murderers, terrorists, and serial killers. The prison's name comes from the dolphin-shaped tattoos worn by inmates who have committed the most heinous crimes. The prison is infamous for its brutal conditions. Inmates are subjected to extreme isolation, with most prisoners spending 23 hours a day in solitary confinement. They are shackled during all movement within the prison and must walk with their heads bowed and their hands behind their backs. The atmosphere of fear and oppression is pervasive, and violence is common, both among inmates and towards prison staff. Escapes are virtually impossible due to the extreme security measures in place. 5. Carandiru Penitentiary, Brazil, formerly. Carandiru Penitentiary, located in Sao Paulo, Brazil, was once one of the largest and most dangerous prisons in the world, with over 8,000 inmates at its peak. Carandiru became infamous for its overcrowding, violent conditions, and gang-related activities. The prison was shut down in 2002 after a devastating riot, but its history still marks it as one of the most dangerous prisons of all time. Carandiru was home to some of the most violent and notorious criminals in Brazil. In 1992, the prison became the site of the infamous Carandiru massacre, where 111 inmates were killed by police during a riot. The prison's lack of resources, combined with gang control and violence, made it a place where lawlessness prevailed. Although the facility no longer exists, its legacy of brutality lives on in the stories of those who survived. 6. Alcatraz Island Prison, United States, formerly. Alcatraz, perhaps the most famous prison in the world, once stood as an impenetrable fortress in the San Francisco Bay. The facility housed some of the most notorious criminals, including Al Capone and George "Machine Gun" Kelly. Although Alcatraz was closed in 1963, its legacy remains one of the most dangerous prisons in history. Alcatraz's location on a small island surrounded by frigid waters made it virtually impossible for inmates to escape. Its high security measures, including constant surveillance and restricted movement, contributed to its reputation as a maximum security facility. The harsh conditions and the psychological toll of isolation made life for prisoners incredibly difficult. Although no one ever successfully escaped, the mystery of 3 inmates' disappearance in 1962 remains unsolved. 7. Bang Kwang Central Prison, Thailand. Bang Kwang Central Prison, often referred to as the Bangkok Hilton, is notorious for its harsh conditions. It is located just outside of Bangkok, and it houses some of the most dangerous criminals in Thailand, including those involved in drug trafficking and violent crimes. The prison is known for its overcrowding and the extreme brutality that inmates endure. Inmates are subjected to extremely difficult conditions, including overcrowding, malnutrition, and lack of access to basic health care. Prisoners often spend years in solitary confinement, and the punishment for violations of prison rules can be brutal. The prison is home to many high-profile criminals, including foreign nationals involved in drug smuggling, making it a dangerous and volatile environment. 8. San Quentin State Prison, United States. San Quentin State Prison, located in California, is one of the oldest prisons in the United States, housing some of the most dangerous individuals in the country. Known for its high security levels and the fact that it holds the state's death row, San Quentin has a history of violence and gang activity. San Quentin is notorious for its gang violence, especially involving the Aryan Brotherhood, the Black Guerrilla Family, and the Mexican Mafia. While the prison is known for housing death row inmates, it is also infamous for the constant violence between rival factions. Despite security measures, including armed guards and surveillance, the prison's chaotic environment has resulted in multiple deaths and violent altercations. 9. Klong Prem Central Prison, Thailand. Klong Prem, also known as the Bangkok Hilton, is another notorious prison in Thailand that has earned a reputation for its extreme violence and harsh conditions. It holds a wide range of prisoners, from drug lords to political prisoners, in extremely overcrowded and dangerous conditions. Klong Prem has a long history of corruption, overcrowding, and violent outbreaks. Many inmates suffer from serious health issues due to the unsanitary conditions. The prison is controlled by criminal gangs, and reports of torture, beatings, and even murder are common. The prison's brutal environment makes it a dangerous place for both inmates and staff. 10. Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp, Cuba. Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp is a U.S. military prison located on the island of Cuba. It has gained international notoriety for holding suspected terrorists, including those involved in the September 11 attacks. The camp's reputation stems from the indefinite detention of prisoners without trial and allegations of torture. The extreme security at Guantanamo Bay, combined with the high-profile nature of its detainees, makes it one of the most dangerous prisons in the world. Prisoners are subjected to harsh interrogation techniques, and the conditions are harsh, with many inmates held in solitary confinement for extended periods. While it's known for housing suspected terrorists, the lack of transparency and human rights concerns contribute to its dangerous reputation. These 10 prisons are among the most notorious and dangerous correctional facilities in the world. From extreme security measures to brutal conditions and violence, they are places where only the most dangerous criminals are kept behind bars. Whether it's through isolation, constant surveillance, or harsh punishment, these prisons serve as a grim reminder of the darker side of incarceration. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more engaging content. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next deep dive into the world's most shocking and dangerous places.